Welcome from Zurich Mini Maker Fair to another episode of State of the Fab. So welcome to another episode on the road of State of the Fab. I hope you are enjoying. I hope you had a good time this summer. We are back again, bringing you the best stories about FabLab Network, Maker Movement in general, and what's happening around the world. We are really thankful to the organizers of Zurich Mini Maker Fair to come here and explain what's going on in Spain in terms of Maker Movement. Our friend Thomas just invited us, so thank you, Thomas, Barbara, and all the team involved in this Maker Fair. We are super happy to be here at the Dynamo Center that is in one of the most idyllic places I've ever seen. Is the beautiful river where people just come to swim in the city center. That is absolutely insane. For this episode we will bring you the interview with Raphael Luba from FabLab Vienna. He has been very engaged in the space from the very beginning, and they thought that they needed a solution to better manage the space called Fabman, and we will know his story and learn about Fabman, a platform, a solution to help you manage better your lab. And if you want to know more about EMF Festival in UK and some really crazy scary robots, don't miss this program. Let's go with the interview with Rafa. Today we are really lucky to have Raphael from Fabman that will introduce us the service that he has been developing to help people manage their Fab Labs. Welcome, Raphael. How are you doing?
Hi, Cesar.
How is it going?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's do a brief introduction. Where are you now, or where are you coming from?
I'm from Vienna. I'm in Vienna right now. I'm not a big traveler, and I'm part of FabLab, but I'll talk about that later.
Okay, so FabLab is the Fab Lab there in Vienna. How did you get engaged with the FabLab or FabLab movement in general?
It was out of necessity. We, like some friends of mine from school, back in 2006, we competed in a robotic sailboat championship in France, in Toulouse. Okay. And so we worked on our sailboat, and we needed some place to work on it and to manufacture some parts and to meet and so on. So some of my friends just started a lab at the beginning, just with a CNC mill and some small stuff, and then it grew from there, and they just joined to be part of the project.
Okay, so you were one of the initial founders of FabLab that started as a small project that eventually grew really large. How is FabLab for people that haven't been there before?
I'm not one of the founders. I'm just one of the first members. I think okay. I'm member number 14 or something. Okay. So it started as a small basement lab, more or less, and then it grew there. And then they moved to a big location a few years later. And now they have around 1,700 active members.
Wow.
And it's a really nice space. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but if not, you should come and visit.
We had some friends visiting it during the summer, so we will talk with them later to know more. But please, can you explain what kind of project are people working? Because 1,700, it must be one of the biggest in terms of active members and people doing things.
Yeah, it is, and it's fully self-sustained. So we're not part of a university and have lots of students or something. It's all age groups of people. You have some entrepreneurs who are working on their startup ideas. You have some students. You have families with, for example, people with kids who make T-shirts for their kids in the lab, or just people who build their furniture, or all age groups, all kinds of projects. It's a really good mix.
That's one of the, I think that's one of the most valuable and interesting things, to mix different profiles under the same roof. And I'm really curious about what inspired you to launch Fabman. That is your project that is quite related to Fab Labs. So
yeah, it is. It started, well, our lab grew and we got more and more members. So Karim and Roland, the founders of FabLab, started to automate more and more things to make the lab safer and just to keep up with the work, because you realize it starts slowly, but it creeps up on you that you more and more time is suddenly spent with all the bookkeeping and the management stuff and all the things you really don't want to do. You want to be a maker, you want to help your community. So they tried to automate everything that annoyed them, everything that kept their day busy, and they tried to automate. And this was the start of the Fabman project. It wasn't called Fabman back then. It was just the thing Karim and Roland used to manage their lab as it grew and grew and grew. And because FabLab is quite old, it was founded, I think, in 2007 or 2008. And it was one of the first labs in Europe. And because it's self-sustained and not part of a university or something, it's quite unique. So lots of people from around the world visit FabLab every year. And they just saw how Karim and Roland managed their lab with this system. And we have like hardware next to every machine to keep it safe, to make sure that only people who are allowed turn it on, lots of things. And people see these boxes and see the system, and they say, we have the same issues as you. We have the same safety issues. We have the same issues with time constraints and managing members and billing and all this stuff. Can we have your system? We need your system. Can we have something like this? And that's when when Karim and Roland, we know each other. We've known each other for a long time, and they asked me if I wanted to help to make this like bunch of ad hoc scripts that Karim wrote into a proper product that other people can use to put it on a solid foundation and make a product out of it.
Okay, so initially it was meant to be as the internal service for FabLab. Then it grew into a separate project with kind of all the elements, so other people can just set it up as some control boxes and
yeah, exactly. So
a platform, I imagine, just to manage all the boxes. How does it work for the FabLabs? Like, if imagine I'm like calling you like, hey Raphael, I have heard this interview you made a State of the Fab and I want to get started. How does it work for me?
It's pretty simple. You go to fabman.io, so fabman.io, and you just create an account. It's for free. You just need to enter your name and the name of your lab, and then you can order some bridges from us, like our hardware, and we send it to you just for a deposit. So we don't charge you for the hardware. We just ask for a deposit, so we are sure you to get it back if you don't want to keep it. And then you can start trying Fabman. Put the box next to your machine, plug your machine into our box, plug the box into the wall, and start setting up your account, and you're ready to go.
What kind of machines can be connected? It's like just plug and play. Do you have any kind of...
Everything. Like if you have a look at FabLab, they use it for really everything. From the obvious, like most labs start with the laser cutter and the CNC machines, because our hardware boxes offer a lot of safety benefits if you use them. So we have Batman switches and make sure that only people who are trained on the machine can turn it on. And CNC mills and laser cutters are usually the most dangerous machines in the labs, especially laser cutters. With they're basically fire starters. And so people usually start by connecting the laser cutter and the CNC machines with our bridges, but you can do anything. You can do 3D printers. You can control your doors with these boxes, so people can enter the lab with their member cards. You can control your coffee machine if you want, and charge people for the coffee they're drinking, and they can just swipe their card to make coffee. FabLab uses it as a payment terminal for their. We have a small shop inside FabLab where you can buy material, and people can swipe their member card at the shop to pay with their member card without having to use any credit cards or cash or anything. So you can do anything with these boxes. Yeah.
And there is a number that surprised me the first time I learned about Fabman. How many people do you need to manage like 1,700 users?
It's one full-time employee.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. One full-time employee and Fabman is enough to manage the 1,700 users at FabLab. And it's a big success. Now we have 3 labs. So we have 1,700 users in Vienna, and we started another lab in Salzburg and another one in Berlin in the recent years. And over there, they're smaller, they're just growing, but over there it's the same. We have one full-time person in the lab, and that's it.
That's great news. So we will just paste a link that will appear here on the screen with more information for the Fabman platform. And thank you, Raphael. And I invite all of you that are viewing the video to learn more about it on the web and to keep on working on safety and managing all these spaces in the best way as possible. So yeah, thank you, Raphael, for your time. Let's
Thanks
keep on
for
touch.
having me. Bye.
See you. This summer we had one of the hacker camp, one of the hacker summer festivals where people meet. Is the electromagnetic field in UK. It's a festival where people just go on and camp for a few days, share information, enjoy together, share things that they have created along the year. And one of the most impressive projects we have seen in the last years is this big tapestry of the stars from Sarah Spencer. She had a knitting machine just to create a huge, 50 kilograms of huge tapestry, showcasing the stars as seen from the Earth. So there are a lot of videos shared by the team at the EMF Camp. I think it's super interesting to check out. There are a lot of topics around privacy, sharing, around a lot of stuff. And I would also recommend you to check this Sarah video about how she made this incredible tapestry. And so this is another episode of State of the Fab. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, don't forget to follow us on social networks at State of the Fab, both on Instagram and Twitter. And if you'd like to be featured in the new episode, just drop us an email or just direct message us, news@stateofthefab.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found inspiration in these interviews and in these wonderful projects. And we will keep on doing this for the next week. So, see you then.